Okay, so today we are going to review one-step addition and subtraction equations. The steps to follow when you are solving these equations. First, look to see if there are any parentheses, and if there are, you must distribute. Next, combine any like terms if possible. Third, think of the saying, look on the side the variable's on, get rid of the constant first, and then you go ahead and solve. When you're done solving, you are to check your answer. The steps to check: first, rewrite the original equation. Second, substitute your answer. Third, simplify following order of operations. Let's do our first practice problem. Solve and check the equation x plus 6 equals 4. First, we look to see if there are any parentheses, and there aren't. Then we're going to look on the left side of the equation to see if there are any like terms that we can combine, and there aren't any. Look on the right side, and there aren't any. Now we're going to follow the saying, look on the side the variable is on, get rid of the constant first. So we're going to look on the left side of the equation. We see x plus 6. So we are going to do the inverse, and we are going to subtract 6 from both sides. We are using the subtraction property of equality. A positive 6 minus 6 is 0. Bring down the x, bring down the equal sign, and 4 minus 6 is negative 2. Now we need to check. When you check, the first step is to rewrite the original equation, x plus 6 equals 4. Substitute. We got the answer x equals negative 2, so we're going to change the x to a negative 2, bring everything else down, and now we're going to simplify. The left side of the equation says negative 2 plus 6, which is 4. Bring down the equal sign and bring down the 4 on the right side. 4 equals 4, so it works. Just make sure you label where your check is. Now let's try example 2. Solve and check the equation negative 5 equals x plus 8. Look to see if there are any parentheses, which there aren't. Look on the left side of the equation to see if you can combine any like terms, and you can't. Look on the right side of the equation to see if you can combine anything, and you can't. So now we're going to look on the side the variable is on. So we're looking on the right side of the equation. Get rid of the constant first. This says x plus 8. So we're going to subtract 8 on both sides using the subtraction property of equality. A positive 8 minus 8 is 0. So the only thing left on the right side of the equation is x. Bring down the equal sign, and negative 5 minus 8 is negative 13. Now we check the problem. Make sure to label the check. Rewrite the original equation. Negative 5 equals x plus 8. Substitute your answer. We got x equals negative 13. So where we see the x, we're going to substitute the negative 13. Everything else comes down. And now simplify. On the left side of the equation, just bring down that negative 5. Bring down the equals. And negative 13 plus 8 is negative 5. Negative 5 does equal negative 5, so it works. Now let's do example 3. Solve and check x minus 2 equals 1. First, you look to see if there are any parentheses, which there aren't. Look on the left side of the equation, see if you can combine anything, and you can. Look on the right side to see if you can combine anything, and you can. So now follow the saying. Look on the side the variable is on. So we're looking on the left side. Get rid of the constant first. So it says x minus 2. So we're going to add 2 to both sides using the addition property of equality. Negative 2 plus 2 is 0. So the only thing left on the left side of the equation is x. Bring down the equals. And 1 plus 2 is 3. Now we're going to do our check. Label the check. Rewrite the original equation. And substitute your answer. We got x equals 3. So wherever x is, we're going to change it to a 3. Bring everything else down. Look on the left side of the equation. 3 minus 2 is 1. Bring down your equal sign and bring down the 1. 1 does equal 1. Now let's try some word problems. When you do word problems, follow the word less. The L stands for your let statement. The E stands for your equation. The S stands for solving the equation. And the other S stands for writing a sentence. So let's look at our first word problem. An anglefish can grow to be 12 inches long. If an anglefish is 8.5 inches longer than a clownfish, how long is a clownfish? Well, the first thing I like to do is see what we're looking for. What's our unknown? It's asking us how long is a clownfish. So that's what we're trying to find. That's your let statement. So let x equal the length of a clownfish. Now let's go back and look for important information that will help us come up with our equation. It says an anglefish can grow to be 12 inches long. That's the total the anglefish can be. It also says that the anglefish is 8.5 inches longer than the clownfish. So that's important as well. So now let's come up with our equation. It says the anglefish can grow to be 12 inches long. So that's the total that it could be. It also told us that that number is 8.5 inches longer than a clownfish. Your let statement said x is your clownfish, and this is 8.5 inches longer than that. So you have the x, and we're adding 8.5. There's your equation. Now we're going to solve. Look to see if there are any parentheses, which there aren't. Look on the left side of the equation. Can you combine anything? No. Look on the right side of the equation. Can you combine anything? No. So now we're going to look on the side the variable is on. So we're going to look on the right side of the equation. Get rid of the constant first. It says x plus 8.5. So we're going to do minus 8.5 to both sides. Plus 8.5 minus 8.5 is 0. The only thing left on the right side is x. Bring down your equal sign. And 12 minus 8.5 is 3.5. So far we have our let statement, our equation, we solved it. Now we need our sentence. The question asks, how long is a clownfish? A clownfish is 3.5 inches long. And now you're done. Let's try another word problem. A pair of shoes costs $25. This is $14 less than the cost of a pair of jeans. Find the cost of the jeans. So the first thing I'm going to do is highlight what we're looking for. And we want to find the cost of the jeans. This is our let statement. Remember, whenever you have a word problem, you want to follow the word less. The first thing we need to do is come up with our let statement. So our unknown is find the cost of the jeans. So we're going to say let x equal the cost of the jeans. The second thing we need to do is create our equation. Let's look back at the word problem and highlight important information that will help us create our equation. A pair of shoes costs $25. That's the total amount that the shoes cost. It also tells us that that amount is $14 less than the jeans. So now we could create our equation. Shoes cost $25. That's the total. That number is 14 less than the jeans. Well, you said that jeans is represented by X, and this is 14 less than that, which means we're going to subtract 14. Now we have our equation. The next step is to solve our equation. Look to see if there are any parentheses, which there aren't. Look on both sides of that equal sign, and if you need to, you can draw these lines down. You don't have to, but sometimes it helps show the left side and the right side of the equation. So look on both sides, see if you can combine anything, and you can't. So now we're going to look on the side the variable is on. We're going to get rid of this constant first. It says x minus 14, so we're going to add 14 to both sides. A negative 14 plus 14 is 0. Bring down the x, bring down the equals. 25 plus 14 is 39. The last step is to write your sentence. The question asks, find the cost of the jeans. The jeans cost $39. Whenever you have a word problem, always check to make sure your answer makes sense. It says the shoes cost less than the jeans, and the shoes cost $25, so the jeans needs to be more than that. And we got our answer is $39, and that is more. So that means our answer makes sense. Now that you listened to the lesson, you have homework. If you are in periods 1 and 8, you are to do page 351, numbers 2 through 5, 7, 8, 10, 13 through 15. If you are in periods 3, 4, and 6, you are to do page 351, numbers 2 through 5, 7, 8, 10, 13, 15. All homework must be done on a separate sheet of paper. Do not write in the book. The book does not give you enough room to solve and check. Separate sheet of paper. And we'll go over this tomorrow.